What's up, guys? Frugal BC. Really mixed Algorand news today. Amidst the great news that Algorand is pumping, you can see that candle right behind me. We got up to above 18 cents. So that's really good. The sad news is MyAlgo is shutting down. That's right. They announced today that they are officially done. Honestly, I'm a little surprised it hadn't happened earlier, considering I'm pretty sure with no word that, hey, we fixed everything, we know it happened, and it's secure, we're back in business now. We've never got that, so I'm actually surprised that it went this long without them just being like, yep, we're done. Before we do that, guys, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate that. Just help, and you don't have to smash it, you can just press it gently. Now, we like to do the experiment here on the channel. We bring you some news, we try out different projects, and we let you know how they go, good, bad, or everything in between. I also want to give a shout out to our sponsors, non-fungible domains. If you've ever wanted a .algo address after your name, this is a great place to do it. You can buy this address. It's a one-time fee, and then you have it's a lot easier to remember your little .algo address than it is all those letters and numbers. So big shout out to them. And we were brought to you by Fractal Monsters. I was just playing this game this morning. It's kind of like a cross between Pokemon and Tamagotchi, built on the Algorand blockchain. And what I like about these guys, both of these companies, frankly, is that they keep doing the things that they say they're going to do. They're doing the right thing, and I'm really careful about who I partner with. So if I partner with these guys, they're legit. But that's what it is. They just announced that today, so let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into the news and look what happened. So they just posted this yesterday afternoon. Already got almost 4,200 views, and they let it out with "End of the Journey." After more than 4 years of service and with a heavy heart, we announced that MyAlgo is shutting down and will no longer be operational. Due to lack of resources, we can no longer maintain the platform, making this difficult decision unavoidable. And I'll be honest, I can't believe anybody was still using the platform. I have had people say oh, don't you think it'd be secure now because the hack exposed whatever vulnerability. It's yeah, but we don't know, and we'll get to that a little bit later. We don't actually know what happened. And the last time they posted was in April, and in April we had no idea what was going on. They have not posted anything since April, so I don't see why anyone would have had any reason to use MyAlgo. The last instructions that everybody got was get your stuff off of here, go rekey your wallet, go use some other platform, don't use MyAlgo. And that sucks, because you know what? I actually really liked MyAlgo. I preferred it to Para. I still would, the thing that happened didn't happen, right? But it did, so I've been using Para for the last 6 months, and I have to tell you, I don't like it. I don't love it. I liked the way MyAlgo worked, but it is what it is. Let's read down this further. Effective immediately, creating and importing accounts on myalgo.com is disabled. Again, I can't believe they left this up. It should have been disabled. You should not have been able to make new accounts or import anything to MyAlgo since the hack happened. Why would you have that live? It's the first step towards full closure on January 30th. So they're giving you over a month. I think that's probably okay, because I just can't imagine I'd really love to know how many users there are on MyAlgo. It can't be much. All users must migrate accounts and assets as soon as possible to wallets like Para Wallet, which is what I did, Ledger, DeFi, or Exodus. A lot of people have been asking me about DeFi, and I hear good things. I like what I'm seeing from them. I just, switching costs I just don't like to switch if I don't have to. But maybe I'll try it, because Para's I don't know, it doesn't work that great. There's a lot of times where it's it just flat out doesn't work. It scans something and it just freezes. Regarding the security incident earlier this year, seems I don't know, I guess this, I don't know how this would word it, but it almost seems oh, by the way, about that little incident, the hack, the giant hack. We'll talk about that in a second. Regarding the security incident earlier this year, law enforcement is diligently continuing their investigation, which, they started back in April. Actually, they were still earlier than that, because the hack happened much earlier than that. Remained assisting in all efforts aimed at asset recovery and identifying the perpetrators. However, these processes may take a significant amount of time. I wonder if they're going to catch them, to be honest. I really seriously wonder. This is a challenging time for all of us. Yeah, I bet. We appreciate your understanding. And by the way, they absolutely did not allow for any comments. Who can reply? Accounts MyAlgo mentioned, which is nobody, so nobody can reply. And I kind of understand why, but also like there might be people that have questions. And so I don't know, it seems maybe not so good to not allow for people to ask questions, but I guess it is what it is. So as you guys know, we covered the hacks very extensively. And just for a little recap, you know, I believe it was between January and February, but the first hacks just didn't look like they were good. It looked like it was a couple whales. It looked really isolated, and then nothing happened for a long time. So I think a lot of us just thought, all right, well, that was weird, but it seemed to be isolated. I assume they have this fixed. Well, that's definitely not an assumption we want to make. And then all of a sudden, now this is how it happened from my perspective. Now I just got done with like a 12-hour day. I had already made a video that day, and I was just gonna scroll Twitter for a little bit and then go do something else. And all of a sudden, I started seeing, oh my God, my account was hacked. Oh my God, it was like post after post of people saying their accounts were hacked. And it very quickly realized that I was not done with work that day. I needed to make another video. Weirdly, I think I was the only Algorand creator who covered this in detail and jumped on it right away. Like and it was important, you know, it was important. I ended up doing 3 videos in 3 days on this because more information kept coming out. And also, like, a lot of people were asking me, like, what do you do? I'll tell you, this has been one of the most heartbreaking things that happened in my YouTube career because, like, as early as, or I should say as late as probably about 3 weeks ago, I would get these messages saying, oh my God, I lost all my stuff on MyAlgo. What do I do? And I have to tell them, there's nothing you can do. Hopefully they, and then there was some talk about providing relief to some of the people who lost assets, and a lot of people were against that. I don't know if I really understand that. I think MyAlgo for sure should have been working to compensate people. It's their platform, man. And then of course there's always the people that are like, you should have used the ledger. Well, then we just shouldn't have any of these wallets, right? But we have these wallets. They're supposed to work. They're supposed to be cryptographically secure. So, and yeah, I think it's really sad. I feel bad for the people that lost money, and I feel bad for the people who would continually reach out asking me about it. Now, just a reminder, the last time that they tweeted, so they have not been keeping people up to date. You know how I feel about that. I once a month say like, hey, the investigation is ongoing. We still don't know anything, but we're still working on it. Just give people the message that, hey, we're still looking into this. Also, like, I would tell nobody to go in MyAlgo and use MyAlgo ever again. I think they should probably be making that clear, whether it's safe to use or not. I would assume, my assumption was no, but I know other people, I've had people comment saying, oh, well, I think you could use it now. I'm like, nuh-uh, I sure wouldn't. But just go into their main page. So this is the most recent post 20 hours ago. And then, yes, they have not posted. Before then, they had not posted since April 21st. And just a reminder, they worked with Algorand to do a full incident triage. And you can read the whole report. But basically, the attackers abused the CDN to inject malicious code through a man-in-the-middle attack between the actual wallet.myalgo.com web app and the user. The attack was carried out using a potential compromised CDN API key. They don't know how the key was obtained. No evidence of exploitation in the code base, the actual code base. No evidence that the CDU's end user account was compromised. Basically there was a lot of like, we really have no idea what happened. And that's really scary. So the law enforcement was already investigating at that point, probably pretty much since February, I think, when this whole thing went down. And that's where we are. That's where we are today. Like I said, I'm shocked that they were still operational this whole time. Like, I don't know how anybody would be using MyAlgo. I've been telling people as much as I can, and I probably could have done more. Honestly, I probably could have put more. I probably could have started saying that like one video a month, just say, hey, by the way, in case you're going to use MyAlgo, don't. But I can't believe it was still up. Like, if they don't know why the vulnerability happened, why would you leave it up? Like, that's kind of amazing. I can't believe all people were able to start accounts on here if they wanted to. That should have been absolutely not allowed. Now, I've heard that it was only existing accounts, that it wouldn't be able to access new accounts, but yeah, the damage is done, and especially with the lack of communication, like, I just don't think too many people were going to use MyAlgo anyway, to be honest. Anyway, kind of a sad tale, an end to a very sad situation in Algorand. I'm sure that and I've had some people argue with me about this, I am sure that this sent some people away from Algorand. If you lost everything you had on a chain, are you really going to start over and buy more stuff on that chain when you've already lost so much? I wouldn't. I'll be honest, I'd be done with Algorand. I didn't lose anything, and I rekeyed my wallet, fortunately, and I did put out a tutorial at the time telling people how to do that. Yeah, if I'd lost everything, I'd probably be done. I might be done with crypto in general because for a while, it's hard to say. But at least the good news is for those of us, I think most of us who it didn't affect are already well moved on from MyAlgo, and we're enjoying that 18-cent algo. It's actually down a little. It was actually above. Oh no, it's still above 18 cents, just barely. It was actually a little higher. So I think it was like we were excited about 16 cents like a couple days ago. Nice to see that. Nice to see that move to the upside. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Got a big Christmas special coming next week, so stay tuned for that on Friday. I believe it's 10 a.m. CST, so keep an eye out. That is coming. I got some special guests that I haven't announced yet, but it's coming, so keep an eye out. One person you've seen already and one person you've not seen on the channel, assuming that everything goes. Everyone says they're on board. Let's see. You never know how these things go. Maybe it'll just be me doing a Christmas rant. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe out there. If you, for some reason, have my Algo account still, God, get off of it. rekey, import it to Para or to DeFi, and then rekey it because I don't know. I still don't think it's safe. And as always, I'm Frugal BC, and I will see you in the future.